to celebrate and learn from all—
Why is Spike here? How is this thing standing? It is literally impossible.
Turn things over to the one who organized—
Again, why is Spike here?
This is the largest Grand Equestria Pony Summit yet.
I'm honestly surprised she didn't just fall asleep in the middle of her speech. That honestly would have made me remove a sin.
And now my faithful assistant Spike would like to say a few words.
And then he essentially says nothing important, as all the ponies want Princess Twilight anyways. So, in other words, Spike,
Boo! You stink!
please take that as a sign.
I guess every pony loves a princess.
And that makes sense, as you were just seen as a dragon to them. They don't know you're Twilight's assistant.
Spike!
How did you not hear Spike yell? If you're so frantic in an attempt to find him, you should have been able to hear him yell. Plus, the door slam couldn't have been so loud to the point that Spike's voice is just muted.
Oh, I'm sorry, Spike. I just need a quick nap. Napkin. Tell the delicate towel.
Twilight is unreasonably hilarious when she's in need of sleep, and I can't even say why.
Can I count on you to see to it that she isn't disturbed?
No. What's he doing this marching motion for? It is not that horribly serious. Ah yes, spying on other ponies. Totally not weird in the slightest. Spike, why don't you just, I don't know, close the window? How did he get up here? Again, you could have closed the window. You slamming those doors open could have woke Twilight up. Wooden doors slammed are far louder than a singular bird.
Stop singing before you wake the princess!
This works.
I can't believe that worked.
Neither can I. They only just now started making noise. How convenient.
Oh no! Are those dragon sneeze trees?
Dragon sneeze trees.
I really need you to stop right now!
How convenient it is that he stops right as Spike's voice gets the loudest.
But if something happens, it ain't my fault.
I mean, it kind of is. As Spike said, what was stopping you from doing it yesterday? Why'd you have to conveniently do it now?
And Princess Spike deserves a little reward. Princess Spike.
This 22-minute episode is essentially named after a 5-second clip. Also, real credits. The gem he had straight up disappeared. Can I ask how he got that cutie mark?
We got a ruling from Princess Twilight right now.
Let me see what I can do.
Why didn't you just tell them Twilight was asleep? There was no way his scream was that high-pitched.
Okay, no problem. Just put the hay in the apple and eat the candle.
Someone needs to quote this. Actually, no, I'll do it.
What am I supposed to do?
You realize you can just tell them Twilight is sleeping due to the severe lack of sleep she's got while making the statue, and now she'll make the decision when she's awake. But no.
She picked me, right?
Hey, let's not be too hasty there, good sir. I got a feeling she went with me.
She hasn't even heard your speeches.
By order of Princess Twilight, be quiet!
Again, how convenient it is that they all shut up right as Spike's voice gets the loudest.
I was really looking forward to the don't spend all your bits speech, but when I went into the hall, a pony had taken my seat. A pony who used to be my friend.
It's literally just a seat. Just sit in another one, man.
No offense, but I don't need some random dragon's opinion. I want to hear what Princess Twilight thinks.
This is what I mean when I said, and that makes sense, as you were just seen as a dragon to them. They don't know you're Twilight's assistant. No pony's gonna care about your help because they don't know who you are.
I could tell these delegates anything as long as they think it came from Twilight.
And this is where I start hating the episode. Oh dear lord. Oh hey Caramel. Also, I'm just realizing, but for all of these scenes in this montage, he goes in for a split second, then comes right out. There's literally no way he could tell Twilight something and get her approval or disapproval in less than a second, assuming she's awake in that moment, which he obviously isn't. Also, he never closes the door, meaning the delegates will be able to hear the non-existent conversations Swag is having with Twilight. Also, I think that's Matilda? Whatever, not my point. They are literally able to look inside the room and probably see Spike jump in and then back out in less than a second. Repeat this until Fancy Pants shows up. So basically almost 40 seconds later, and they get a scene that was so bad in what it did that it infuriated me. While also being bad because it wasn't ruined instantly, which it should have been.
To every meeting and party, yes?
Well, that doesn't seem fair. I mean, Princess Twilight doesn't think that seems fair.
Yes, very well.
Fancy Pants falls for this, despite Spike quote-unquote not getting Twilight's opinion.
If I could check a few of these meetings off Twilight's schedule...
Spike essentially is going through Twilight's things. This can only end well.
Twilight's schedule? Then when she wakes up, she won't have to think about anything but the reception.
Again, this can only end well.
Well, I'd rather, tell the princess directly.
Well, if it helps, you can call me Princess Spike.
Please shut up! No, for real though. He only gets the eyelashes for this scene alone, and it's not even funny. Also, roll credits. Again.
I'm here for your 2 o'clock.
Oh, come on! Man just dropped a perfectly good apple into dirt.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for keeping Twilight's stress level down.
Kaden somewhat trusts Spike here. Bad decision number 1? It's honestly probably around 50 at this point.
As long as that's the real reason you're doing it.
Or maybe she doesn't? Listen, I don't even know at this point. 5 cents for the confusion. I literally don't know who they are, but I love them.
By order of the princess.
The whole by order of the princess thing makes literally 0 sense. Oh yeah, because Twilight would order you to get a massage, eat gems with cupcakes, get an unrealistic photo of yourself, and sit around near the statue eating gems. Such princess duty.
It sure is, but it's also hard work.
Cadence Ex Machina. What? Some point he had to conveniently come in and teach Spike a lesson at some point.
When 2 delegates had a falling out, I'm the one who fixed their friendship.
That went wrong though. You weren't really much of a help.
But it's not like anything bad happened.
Nothing bad, you say? You were saying, Spike? Also, how very convenient something went wrong, as Spike said.
But it's not like anything bad happened. Is this unexpected?
I would like to know which part you didn't expect the most. Everything going wrong as soon as you said it wouldn't, or literally everything else that happened. Also, how did Cadence dry off that fast? Also, it feels extremely painful that the episode progresses here. Get it? Because he's being stupid? Peak comedy. This scene felt extremely out of place, but at the same time it feels overly convenient. Spike, you do realize you could have, oh I don't know, sneezed away from the statue. Fancy Pants must have taken a couple hours to dry off cam because there is no way he dried off so quickly. Maybe him and Cadence would seem anti-water repellent?
Why would the princess make such horrible decisions? This all could have been prevented.
I feel like Fancy Pants is a little out of character. Why would he believe Twilight makes such decisions that could and already have ruined the day? He should have been able to catch on to the fact that maybe, just maybe, it wasn't Twilight making the decisions. It's not a rocket science, man.
Everybody, listen! I'm so sorry all this happened!
What are you apologizing for?
Maybe if you actually gave him the time to explain instead of this, he could explain.
I'll not let Princess Twilight give Canterlot a bad name in the eyes of Equestrian.
You say this, yet you go to her room with an angry mom following you, and expect that to give Canterlot a good name. Right. This scene was oddly satisfying for literally no reason.
She is sleeping!
They don't hear this. Twilight didn't wake up from that.
I'm glad you're here, Spike.
I can't even imagine how many times I'll say convenient in this video, but wow, Twilight has some convenient timing. Also, for us, she's been asleep for about 15 minutes. Granted, it's been longer than the Equestria, so I'll just guess and say that she's actually been asleep for around an hour or 2. You mean to tell me she's only been asleep for a few hours after staying up for 3 days with no sleep, and she's perfectly fine? I have severe doubts about that. You know, I'm not even questioning that. Someone would definitely dislike this viewer's Twilight Spike. No, seriously though, what was Spike about to do?
Told me you weren't to be disturbed. And there was this bird, and well,
What significance did the bird have?
A few decisions?
Yes, Twilight, a few decisions. You know, very minor ones. There are the dragon sneeze trees right next to Spike. How is he not sneezing right now?
You could start with them.
Were they watching the whole time? The statue just now decides to have proper logic. I take my previous statement back. And again, Spike, sneezing on something else besides the statue exists. In conclusion, this was a bad episode. Honestly, not as bad as Alice Will That Ends Will. This will be above it. And the reason that is because this episode had more redeeming qualities than Alice Will That Ends Will. Here, let me name some. Caden's Twilight when she was in desperate need of sleep, and every time I remove sins. That's already more redeeming qualities than Alice Will That Ends Will. That episode literally only had one, and it was Alicious. Again, excluding the Who jokes. Spike was a god-awful character. Again. But to be honest, that's to be expected of Spike episodes. This was simply a bad episode. However, it stands to be better than Alice Will That Ends Will due to the differing and mental redeeming qualities. I'm finally done! I'm finally done!